If you're positive, you better bless this space. If you are negative, you better get up on my face. If you are positive, you better bless this space. If you are negative, you better get up on my face. If you are positive, you better bless our space. If you are negative, you better get up on our faces. I'm just fucked it all up today.
Period.
Hello, I'm Space today.
Yes, you are.
I am Space today. Now, I said that shit out of order. What is English? Clearly, we haven't recorded in a while. I have forgotten how to talk.
I never knew how to talk. I am Azari. Hi, everybody. If you are new, welcome. And if not, welcome back to another episode of Witches&Weebs, where the otaku lifestyle, fandom, spirituality, and witchcraft come together to create a harmonious community that is witches and weebs. We dive into all things mystical, magical, witchy, weeby, and pop culture-y. So, if you are here, thank you for joining us on our journey to betterment, and we hope that you join us for lots of fun.
Yay! Welcome.
Today, we'll be talking about May transits and the types of energy that you can harness for your workings. If you're interested in how to apply these transits to your spells or anything that you're working with, we will be covering lunar phases in a later episode, so stay tuned for that, as well as transits, so you have an idea of how to further grab some energy with specific intent for your workings.
I do want to say this is our Mystic Monday returning, which is more broad topics that we'll cover like once a month, and this would be one of our monthly Mystic Mondays. So you'll see this pop up every so often.
Okay, this is probably going to be a shorter episode because we're just going over the transits of May, lunar phases of May, and it's really kind of just straightforward, especially if you do know a little bit about astrology, but overall, this would be very helpful if you're doing, again, very specific workings that have very specific intent behind them. We're going to start off with May 1st, because hopefully this video is out before May 1st, and if it's not, then, well...
Listen, we'll try.
We're trying.
It's not going to be perfect, but, like, we're going to try.
May 1st is the waxing crescent in Cancer. If you are unfamiliar with what a waxing crescent is, it is when the moon is getting bigger, and that traditional crest style is called the waxing crescent. So with it being in Cancer, it invites you to nurture your emotions and take small steps towards growth. Think about what it is that you actually want and pay attention to how those things make you feel, because when you take those emotions and you use it toward bettering yourself, you can also achieve the future that you are successfully trying to build. So any workings that are focused on emotional growth would be ideal to perform during this time, because again, Cancer directly at home, and it's a waxing, so it's getting bigger. You want to embrace these things because then you're able to release them when the waning phase hits. May 4th is going to be the first quarter in Leo. First quarter is when the moon is lit half and half. So with waxing in Leo, everyone's afraid of Leo and egos getting humongous, but that's okay because the moon is continuing to grow. So are you, and so is this Leo. So now it opens your eyes to fully realizing and manifesting all of your dreams and all of your ideas. It allows you to be your most expressive self, your most creative self, your most confident self, and you're able to channel that inner leadership when you're doing any sort of activity that involves you being in the forefront, or just self-discipline, like, okay, I need to buckle down and I need to do this. You're the authority of yourself. As long as you're motivating yourself, basically, you're going to be able to get all of these artistic things done. It's time to get rid of old habits, embrace new and fresh perspectives, because you know, Leos are always full of surprises, so it's only natural that it carries around through the cosmos. If you're stuck in a creative rut and you need some inspiration to pull you out, workings during this moon will aid in specifically that, and it'll help get rid of your roadblocks so that you can further exercise your nice big creative ridges and grooves in that big brain.
May 8th, which is waxing gibbous in Libra. The energy of Libra is amplified to its forces, which is the energy of balancing. So you have to think of it that way. now this would be the best time to harness this energy for workings involving relationships, because you want your relationships to be working in balance. Whatever balance that might be. Maybe it's 80-20 one day, but then it's 20-80 the next day, and then it's 50-50 the next day, and then it's 45-55 the next day, and then it's 55-40. Whatever balance works for you. It doesn't have to be 50-50 all the time. And this is relationships, be it platonic or romantic. If you aren't planning on spell work, nurture your friendships. Hang out with your homies. Do something positive. Go take a drink with some coworkers. Make community. Make friends. Maybe find a little free meetup somewhere in your city that you can go to.
Do you want to know what I heard the other day that I thought was very cute?
What?
Someone explained that relationships are 60-40 with both of you trying to be the 60. And I thought that was very fucking cute, because it's like you want this person to do less because you want to take care of them, but that person also wants to take care of you. So it's like...
So you're constantly trading off, basically. You always have to trade off.
Which is not a 50-50 because you don't want to be equal. It's a 60-40 because you want to show them, hey, I got you. When push comes to shove, I got you.
You want to be able to get them. Absolutely. I do like that, for sure. And then we have May 10th, and we're going to step out of the moon and go to Mercury in Taurus. Mercury, the planet of communication, is now in Taurus, ruled by Venus. With Mercury in Taurus, Venus, what is English? It'll feel much more common to show affections rather than speak about them. Which is giving, show, displays, going out, holding hands, affections, whatever you do to show love, you need to do that. Do not speak about them. Concentrate on not only grounding yourself, but establish boundaries. Again, don't overexert yourself. Don't do more than you can physically do, or mentally do, or emotionally do, or don't whatever.
Do extra when someone tells you this is okay. You don't have to go above and beyond, because they're not comfortable with you going above and beyond. And so if they're like, I love this and I appreciate this, but can you just keep it here? You say, okay, because you respect your homie and their boundaries.
That is them establishing a boundary, and you respect that. You may feel pressured to make decisions, but it's important to take your time instead of rushing into things. Do not act on your immediate instinct, because sometimes your instinct is clouded by what you have all your life.
Especially them Tauruses.
You need to slow down and hear yourself. Find yourself in that bunch of noise.
Tauruses are incredibly stubborn. So Taurus and Mercury, the planet of communication, means that there might be a chance where you're stubborn or someone else is stubborn, which is why it's important to be clear and concise, because everything can be misconstrued and there could be a lot of miscommunication, and then that's just not fun for anybody involved.
We really have to try and be more understanding with communication and actually doing it. Avoiding every problem doesn't do anything for you. Unfortunately, it just makes you more anxious. It makes you worse because you don't have any experience. So when you end up in that situation, because you will, you don't know how to handle it. Stay patient and methodical to allow yourself to express your thoughts in a clear and concise manner.
Moving to May 12th, I don't know what day of the week this is. And I don't think I've known what day of the week any of these days are, if I'm being completely honest with you. I just like astrology.
Definitely didn't think about knowing that, to be honest, until right this second.
May 12th is a Monday, funny enough, and this is when the full moon will be in Scorpio. Scorpio rules over Pluto, which is the dwarf planet of transformation. So many Asians. It's so hard to keep up with all these Asians.
Dude.
Use this full moon as a catalyst to get rid of what does not serve you anymore and transform into a better you. Now that the moon is full, it's going to begin to wane, so you can gather up all of that energy and slowly release it over time with the waning phase. Since Scorpio is the sign of transformation, it means embracing new rituals and engaging in introspective work. Again, you can transform from the inside out. Deep dive into your thoughts, figure out what has no purpose anymore, keep what has the purpose. Illuminate that with the full moon celebrated because it's part of you, and then these things that you have taken out that no longer serve you, have no purpose for you, Just slowly release it during the waning phase until the new moon hits. And then you can just start building everything up again. It's always a rinse and repeat cycle. The moon phases are just rinse and repeat cycles. You manifest.
And they run on 28 days.
Which is why I can't understand why there's 31 days in a month. But whatever. Okay, so going over to May 15th, there's going to be the waning gibbous in Sagittarius. As the moon gets smaller in its waning phase, it's time to release, as we just talked about, because that's what the waning phase is for. Let go of what's not helping you contribute to the future that you're crafting for yourself. Any habits that may be holding you back, or any people that seem like they're being more harmful than they are being helpful, or rather hindering than being helpful. It's time to kind of have a conversation with them, like, okay, where do we stand? Where do you think we should go from here? And if they give some not so ideal answers that makes you like, okay, you're not going to help me grow, then maybe it'll be a time to distance yourself from them. But make sure you communicate that, because if you just drop people without knowing what they did wrong, how are they ever going to learn to be a better person?
Yeah, like you want people to evolve without ever giving them the tools to evolve.
Right? That's why I stop being mad at most things.
And the funny part is, you're not evolving by doing that, because you have to confront that. It is a lesson in some fashion. By not confronting it, you are also losing out.
It's impossible to grow in a space that wounded you, which means it's time to break free of what is shackling you, or what you feel is shackling you down, and grow into your own as a person.
You have to let go of things, and that means confronting the problem.
So yeah, any self-love spells, any self-love workings would be very good on this moon, because you're releasing that toxicity that does not allow you to love yourself in the proper, not arrogant way.
Okay, so we're going on to May 20th. This is a moment to focus on yourself. So any workings that involve yourself taking a place on this day, so long as it is something you want to release. These are bad habits like procrastination, laziness. I mean, laziness isn't actually a trait. It's typically a various of other traits that we are mistaking for laziness, like depression, procrastination, all bed rot. Please stop. Release that. Here's my thing about rotting. Typically, you aren't actually resting at all. A lot of these people are actually on their phones, playing games, doing things that are still engaging and getting you so much dopamine that you're not actually resting at all. You need to sit down in quiet and write, color, draw, read some cards, read a book, something that actually slows your brain down. Drop the phones. So with the sun, again, this is all about embracing communication and introspection. Look at your shortcomings during miscommunications when you are being social. Sometimes we are the problem. Hate to break it to you. I saw Mia's status, so I want to say it here because I think it cooked. You can be people's hype man, but you do not need to be their yes man.
Amen! Hallelujah!
I just want to say that I saw it on her status first, and I'm saying it here. This is perfect. Be social. Be people's hype man. Hang out with people as much as you are physically, emotionally, and mentally capable of. And for the people that are not physically capable of hanging out with people, there is the internet. This is the time to use screens. This is the perfect time to use screens. So, and then we go into the waning crescent which is getting smaller, and very, very small at this point, in Pisces, the water sign. As the moon comes to a close, waning crescent in Pisces asks us to release those creative roadblocks. The thing that, I'll never be able to draw. People are so good. You just have to be talented to draw. No, it's a practice skill.
Yeah, it's
Start drawing.
I'm not motivated enough.
Do the ugly faces.
I'm not motivated enough. I'm just not good enough. I doom scrolled through somebody else's art and I saw that they were so much more successful than I am, but I draw better than they do. Arrogance, by the way. And it's just not fair. I'll never be able to be good. Like, you probably rotted for a little too long. And now your brain is just mush, which is why, if the sun is in Gemini, I'm gonna double back real quick. The sun is in Gemini. Be social. Exercise those ridges and grooves. Be communicative. Just talk. Get some inspiration from people. That's where inspiration comes from.
Stop consuming. Start creating memories.
And if you're going to consume, use that consumption to create. Don't just consume, consume, and then be like, I have no idea.
You have so many ideas swimming in that brain, you basically turn that brain to mush. It don't understand nothing anymore.
For real. You just like, oh, this was such a good creative piece that I could have been inspired by. Time to scroll through TikTok. Do something with that inspiration. When you have it, you have it there. Don't just, all right, well, I'm done watching this video.
Take it immediately. When you find a video that inspires you and you got ideas right then and there, start writing. Start writing it down. Even if you don't come back to it for a couple months, you have it written down somewhere. Right. You never forget it if it's written down. This is why hard copies are important.
Paperback, baby.
Workings that involve unblocking creativity and looking for inspiration that can be would be the best to be done on this day, because it is releasing any energy, it is getting smaller, it is going bye-bye. You will not see it in the sun, in the night sky. Aha, releasing energy. You will not see it anymore. Be careful not to fall into ideals, however, because you will potentially become blind to reality. Don't think about perfection, think about progress.
Don't have such high expectations. Yes, progress. Don't have such high expectations for your art when you haven't drawn. And yes, this is a self call out. If you haven't drawn for like an entire year and you have just lost the capability to do what you used to be able to do.
All that muscle memory gone.
So you can't be like, damn, why the hell can't I create something like this? And then just watch as your drawing tablet is sitting on your desk and rotting to filth. Hi!
I wonder. I need to release those creative blocks.
Needless to say, we gonna be doing a lot of workings this month. Because
actually.
It's fun. Witchcraft is fun.
We've actually started to do magic. You'd be very proud of us.
Crazy!
We've been talking about witchcraft for months, and we just have not been like doing the spellworks because we're bad at researching. No, it's not that we're bad at researching. It's that we get too deep into it, and we want to know everything before we start anything. So we just had to dive in at some certain point.
Why would you call me out like that? I'm shadow working right now. That hurt me.
What?
I needed to hear that. Ew.
What do you need to hear? I'm so glad.
Stop trying to figure out everything before you instead of just doing it. Oh my God. This is
You have to do it, bitch. I know. I've literally just read myself. It just dawned on me.
Oh my God. I hate that. Why would you say that to me? You don't need all the fine details to do what you want to do. Oh my gosh, shut up.
Oh my God, that's me. Literally everything. I'm literally trying to like just watch people's videos and learn, and I'm like, I'm not doing anything with it. Inspired me to spend tomorrow just working on the stuff that I want to work on so I could start building.
Moving on to May 25th, Mercury will now be moving from Taurus into Gemini. Now that it's in Gemini, it's time to start establishing boundaries. Gemini rules over Mercury, which means it's right at home. That's so crazy. Communication at home.
Crazy.
What does that mean?
We've all been leading up right to this moment.
Literally.
Everything has been hinting at you're coming for communication.
It's home now. This is the time to start speaking. Establish your boundaries. Communicate thoroughly and purposefully. Make sure your words are clear and concise. And
don't vague, people. Don't be vague. Don't hint at things.
Yep.
Tell what you want.
Whatever you're trying to say,
at wherever they can.
You got to be in the middle. Just like Space said, do not be vague. Because first of all, when has being vague ever gotten you anywhere? Be real.
People can't read your mind.
Literally.
As much as there is filters, like even the psychics, we really can't read your mind. We can read your energies. We can read your body language. We can read all the little different things that you got going on and make a very intuitive and educated guess. But at the end of the day, we are also not perfect. Right. We will get things wrong because you've got all kind of things going on in your head. It's not just your thoughts. You got your thoughts, you got your all fucking, all the noise from all the shit you've been told all your life is going on in there too. You might not hear it. Some of you say that your mind is silent. Then you just don't hear it.
Works that are looking to improve communication and mental capacity are great to do during this transit. Expect clear communication and allow yourself to engage with your homies, engage with your friends, engage with your family if you like them. Otherwise, don't force yourself to,
If you are no contact, remain no contact. For whatever reason you need to remain no contact.
establish those boundaries. But now this would be good for just being able to talk. If there has been a problem that you've had with someone, this will give you the energy to relay what you want to say exactly how you want to say it. You just harness that energy and be like, hey Gemini, hey Mercury, can you help me out here? I want to make sure that what I'm saying gets through to them clearly and they know exactly what I'm trying to convey. And then there you go. Hopefully you don't fumble, because if you fumble, then that probably would have just been a little bit of a waste. But
oops,
you just learn. You live, you learn, you make mistakes.
That's the thing. You have to learn. You have to experience the fumbles to be good, get the wins.
It helps you know what works and what doesn't work. Hooray. More Gemini. May is just a bunch of just Gemini.
Oof.
May 28th, the new moon is in Gemini. The moon has finally disappeared and it's now time to start building up again. New moon being in Gemini, again, another Gemini, means that it's time for a fresh perspective on how you relay things to others. It's so crazy how there's so much Gemini during the month of May, just for it to be like, all right, bruh, you got all that energy, you released it, cool, start up again. This is your new foundation. You've established your boundaries, got rid of nothing, or got rid of what does not serve you, and now you are building it back up again. If your current way of communicating doesn't yield the ideal results, then perhaps it's time for an introspective dive and a full mental reset. Workings that involve clear and concise communication should be done on this day. Workings that involve just wanting to transform yourself, as in, better communicating with people, better being communicated with, sort of thing. Thought processes, just change your thought process. Like, okay, this doesn't work. Perhaps I should try something new. That's it for the May transits. There probably are a lot more. So if anybody's interested in learning about Mars or Saturn, Jupiter, any other planets, comment below and we will make sure that we take that in mind and then start, putting out more transits for these months, just in case people are extremely excited or just are interested in wanting to know about all of the planets transits for that month.
I'm going to be real. I would actually love to know all the planet transits.
Fantastic.
I'm a sucker for this. Astrology is so overwhelming, so this is a great way to start learning how to field that energy. I'm not very good at astrology. It's very hard for me, but I can read my own birth chart. Anybody else's? Booga booga. What's that?
You're a what? A Stegosaurus? Crazy.
Oh, what are you? But yes, that is it for the May transit. We are also going to do every month for the foreseeable future, June, July, August. So this will be a monthly segment that we are bringing to the channel. And it's going to help a lot with understanding astrology and how it can affect your day-to-day spell workings or any kind of workings, rituals, how you can lead your lunar life.
You do not have to be a lunar witch to do any of this.
Fair.
And if you are a practicing lunar witch and you are finding something to just start off with, this would probably be very good for you. If you're into astrology, this would also be very good to you because you can start to understand the placements, you can start understanding what planets they rule, and you can start understanding the energy and the kind of mannerisms that come with those specific astrology signs.
Because you'll learn a new placement every time a planet shifts into another transit, like how Mercury shifted into Gemini. It will be shifting into Gemini on May 25th. Now you know Mercury in Gemini. It's ruled by Gemini. Woo!
Woo!
There you go. You now know that energy. Aha.
If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and a thumbs up. And please hit the note or subscribe first. And then
especially because we hit an epiphany in this fucking episode.
You probably won't see it, but just know that
boom. Full tears, yeah. Cool. I need to actually go cry about it a little longer, actually.
Okay.
I need my husband to hold me.
Okay, this is fine. I probably will also need to be held after this. Yeah, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when we are uploading new videos. We cannot tell you what we're going to be recording next because we don't even know what we're going to record next. So just stay tuned.
Yeah.
And, you know, if
Thursday
you
is
have
our
the notification
planning
bell
meeting.
on, you'd know, like, oh shit, Witches&Weebs just dropped this video today, even though she didn't tell us what they were doing.
But it's okay. Let us know what in the comments. Please let us know what some of your favorite phases of the moon are to work with if you are a practicing witch. And also, do you have any full moon that you prefer over others, like cold moon, harvest moon, blood moon, eclipses, because they happen quite regularly during the year. 4 times, I believe, some give or take. So let us know.
As usual, please remember to practice wisely, practice safely, and may all of your positive affirmations and manifestations come to fruition, because it will, as long as you believe in them and you put the power in toward them. It's real. It will happen. Real. It will come to fruition.
Remember, you have to work for it too. So stay mystical and stay magical.
Yes. Oh, I like
do
that.
Magic.
Stay mystical and stay magical. Yes, we can say that now. Stay mystical and stay magical. Oh my God, yes. I love it. We are going to see y'all next time for the next episode of Witches&Weebs. Bye, everybody.
Bye.